Hey there, children. It's me again, Joseph, your host. Welcome back to our channel and the Catechism for Kids series. Today, we're going to talk about the Fourth Commandment. The Fourth Commandment says, "Honor your father and your mother." Exodus 20:12. This means showing love, respect, and obedience to our parents, guardians, and those who care for us. God gave us families so we can grow in love, learn what is right, and be cared for. And we show our love, respect, and obedience by honoring our parents. The first three commandments are all about direct love and worship of God. In them, we learn how to love God with our whole heart, mind, soul, and strength. Commandments 4 through 10 call us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. Mark 12:31. The Fourth Commandment especially highlights the natural and Christian understanding of the family. It focuses in on the responsibility that children have toward their parents. But it also gives insight into the role and duty of parents, spouses, all family relationships, and civil authority. This commandment covers a wide array of moral questions within the family and society as a whole. Therefore, rather than just looking at the bottom line and upper limit of this commandment, let's look at it from various perspectives so as to get a more complete picture of all that the Fourth Commandment calls us to. The most basic foundation of all society is marriage and the family. Male and female are called to come together and enter into a covenant of love. This love is a participation in God's life in the Trinity. The unity of husband and wife, established by the covenant they make through their vows, becomes the foundation for the begetting and raising of children. Of course, the ideal is not always achieved in life, but nonetheless, the natural design of God for humanity is what we must see as the goal and foundation of human life. Family life thus becomes the most basic building block of all of society. Ideally, it is the love of husband and wife that provides the proper context for children. The mutual love of spouses opens them to God's creative power to bring forth new life. And this mutual love that they share becomes the foundation for children to be raised in a healthy environment of love and unwavering commitment. Ideally, it is the love of husband and wife that provides the proper context for children. The mutual love of spouses opens them to God's creative power to bring forth new life. And this mutual love that they share becomes the foundation for children to be raised in a healthy environment of love and unwavering commitment. The love of parents is such that they have certain duties and obligations toward their children. These duties also should be seen as certain privileges they have in begetting and raising their children. The Fourth Commandment especially highlights the duty of children toward their parents. This certainly applies to young children, but it also applies to adult children. The sacred bond of parent and child may change over time, but it always remains. It's part of God's natural design for humanity and is also elevated to a supernatural level by His grace. It's important to start this reflection by looking at the actual words of the Fourth Commandment carefully. It says, "Honor your father and mother." Note that it doesn't say, "Obey them." Of course, for children, obedience is part of the way they honor their parents. Let's look at how this is lived out in the family at all ages. Parents are entrusted with a certain authority within the family. We begin by simply seeing it as a natural authority that is part of the design of God for human life. This authority encompasses many aspects of family life and is essential to the healthy unity and functioning of a family. Authority can be abused. When that happens, it causes a certain disruption in the good ordering of family life. Authority can also be neglected, and when that happens, disorder and a certain chaos are introduced. But when parental authority is lived in accord with God's plan, it brings unity, strength, and stability to the family and helps children to grow into healthy and mature men and women. One of the obvious responsibilities of parents is to exercise their proper authority over their children and to expect obedience from them. Children, in turn, honor the God-given authority of parents by submitting to their direction and honoring the authority they have over them. This is good when given and received properly. Of course, it doesn't mean it's easy, but it is good. Obedience is owed to a parent in all things that are in union with God's will. Obviously, there are many moral requirements that parents must make of their children. These moral requirements help to form them into morally upright people. Children, young and old, are all called to honor their parents, not only obey them, though obedience is part of that honoring for young children. It's not the exclusive way they honor their parents. Children must also grow in respect for parents and learn to show that respect in their words and actions. Children learn to love others by first learning to love their parents. Parental love is the most important training ground for human love and for all healthy interpersonal and social interactions in the future. Therefore, the bond of love and honor between parent and child will have an enormous impact upon who they are and how they relate to people throughout their lives. For that reason, parents should not hesitate to expect honor in the proper sense from their children. They should help to foster respect from their children by being parents who are worthy of respect. Of course, all people deserve respect, but when a parent lives a truly honorable life filled with virtue and genuine goodness, this will help foster healthy honor and respect from their children. Therefore, one of the most important things a parent can do is to be a person that children truly look up to and admire as a result of their manifest virtue and goodness. As children grow into young adulthood, their relationship with their parents will change. The obedience once owed to parents regarding normal daily living will not be necessary any longer, nor will it even be helpful. Young adults and subsequently adult children need parents to expect them to slowly take more and more responsibility for their own lives. This is especially the case with all the minor things, such as what time to go to bed, cleaning up after themselves, etc. It will also include more important things, such as who their friends are, what jobs or careers they pursue, and the like. Though parents may always be called on at times to exercise a certain influence in the lives of their adult children, there must be a healthy balance so that adult children can take on responsibility in their lives and build on the foundation they were given by their parents throughout their childhood. As adults, children will always be responsible to continue their love and respect for their parents. They must keep their parents as important parts of their lives, consult them, and continually show love and respect toward them. This is much easier when a parent acts in the appropriate way toward their children. It is much more difficult when they are less deserving of that respect. It is especially difficult for adult children when their parents fail to respect them as adults, and when a parent fails to properly let go of their children. This creates a tension that makes for a difficult relationship of proper honor. Jesus came to earth and entered into our human nature. He did this within the context of an earthly family. Jesus loved Saint Joseph and his blessed mother as a child loves, and he was loved by them as parents love. He had cousins, aunts, uncles, grandparents, etc. Ultimately, he sanctified human life by the sacrifice of his death and resurrection. In sanctifying human life, he also sanctified family life. Thus, one of the effects of Jesus' life, death, and resurrection was the institution of the Christian family. The Christian family is distinguished from what we may call the natural family. In the same way, we distinguish our life of grace from our human nature. The Christian family is to be understood as a family in which Jesus' life, death, and resurrection is alive and well. It means that this particular family is united not only by human, natural bonds, but also by the grace of God. A Christian family is one that prays together, speaks about faith and morality, practices charity, and makes God the center of all they do. The Christian family is also one that acts as a unique image of the love of the Trinity to the world. They evangelize by the witness of their love and unity in Christ. There are many levels of holiness each family may share in, just as there are many levels of holiness that individuals share in. Therefore, the closer each member grows toward perfection in Christ, the closer the entire family comes to reflecting the life of the most holy Trinity. The family is the most fundamental building block of all of society. This is a key point to understand. It's key so that the family is able to fulfill its role in society, and it is also key to understand so that society and societal institutions do not infringe on the rights of any family. As a building block of society, a society will ultimately be strong or weak, not primarily because of the political system in place. Rather, a society will be a reflection of the health of the families within it. If there are many strong families, society will be strong. If there is mass disunity and brokenness within many or most families, society will also begin to crumble. The cultural and political leaders of any day and age must respect the institution of the family and not infringe upon it. Laws and cultural influences must largely strive to support the rights and the health of each family. Parents must be allowed to be parents and live their responsibilities out faithfully. Society must only intervene when there are clear abuses within a family. Furthermore, an ideal society will foster laws and cultural influences that offer support to families as they strive to live out their sacred calling. When laws begin to conflict with these family rights, action must be taken. The bottom line, as outlined above, is quite simple. This commandment is broken when younger children fail to properly obey their parents. And parents break this commandment when they abuse their rights toward their children. Adult children break this commandment when they fail to properly care for their aging parents. And we all break this commandment when we fail to show the proper respect for those in authority. The upper limit of this commandment is best achieved by striving for a deep love and respect for all people. Prayer, love, respect, honor, obedience, and unity are the keys to healthy family life, as well as life within the larger community. When we see others as images of God and as sacred, we will treat them with the dignity they deserve. We will do so not so much because we are trying to avoid sin. Rather, we will do so because of the love God puts in our hearts for all people. We will be good and loving children, faithful parents, charitable siblings, and excellent citizens. This commandment calls us to foster true love and unity within our families first, but from there, within all of society. How is the fourth commandment broken in a grave way? The most extreme examples are as follows: child abuse, serious disobedience toward parents, neglect or abuse of aging parents, complete disregard for civil laws and civil authority. Venial sins are committed against this commandment all the time within the family. No family is perfect, so there will always be room for growth. Some venial sins in this area will be more serious, but many others will simply be a small lacking of the proper love, honor, and respect we owe each other, especially those within our own family. Hey kids, thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about God and His plan for you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time, God bless you.